Hello friends and welcome to another episode of Coaster Monkey Studios here back in Shenaniganalandia, and we're looking at update number 2, part 2. And in this episode it's all about coaster synchronization and friction. That's what we're going to work on today, and we'll show you how to do that. And it's really simple. If you look there, what we just did is we went into our options menu for the coaster, we found ride synchronization, we highlighted the rides we wanted to synchronize, and then we hit confirm. And now the coasters are synchronized. And that's just the start of where you want to build out your synchronized coasters. To be honest with you, it's a little bit more in detail. And we're going to spend the entire video today building out these two coasters side by side. We'll talk through this process, and we're going to then take a look at the friction at the end. Because I'll be honest with you, that friction really does help you maneuver your coasters through the track by increasing and decreasing the amount of friction you have on your coaster track. So just a little backstory on this particular piece here, this coaster. We're looking to make this like the Kid Flash coaster was the initial iteration, right? My idea was Kid Flash, I wanted to do the T-Rex track, I forget the name of it in the game, and then switch out the coaster car on top. But unfortunately, that track does not work for this coaster car, which would be fantastic. They should just open up the floodgates. Every coaster should work on every track, right? If I were to make a kooky looking coaster, let me make a kooky looking coaster. I don't know why I got to be all like, it could only be this or it could only be that. That's just super weird, right? Anyways, so we're building this out. The idea was you had, the idea is that you had these two coasters. They start off side by side and they really just, battle a little bit and then go off onto their own little journey, right? And that's what I wanted to express or kind of create within this coaster. We did a lot of tweaking, and I did cut a lot of that out because I wanted this episode to be about the update, right? With the synchronization and the friction. We did an update video, a part 1 video, where we talked about a lot of the other stuff. Obviously, we put in like the TV screens. We also did covered a couple of other things like, guest flow and guest bunching on the pathing. But, it's all fine. It's all good. And now we're going to bring this down because Lord knows I forgot to put the mic in front of my face because professional YouTuber. Oh, boy. Anyway, so here we are. We're really working on getting the balance down on the coaster, as I was talking about a couple minutes ago. Just having that battle element at the top of the ride, and as you get towards the end, they kind of meander off into their own world. Now, the one thing you do want to be mindful of as you are building this out is that are they going to make it to the end of the track closer together? Now, if you look at Kid Flash, I think it's the coaster on the left side. If you're looking from the back of the car to the front, whoops, boop the mic, it's always going to win. It's always going to win. It never fails. It'll always win. So we kind of have that same element here, but once we start playing with the friction, which you guys are going to see in a little bit, it gets a little bit better. Because if we keep the friction at 1, right? Because you could move the friction up to 2% or like friction 2. It's like G-forces. G-force, 1 G-force is like your body weight. 2 G-forces double your body weight. So it's like 1 to 2 and then 1 to 0.3. It doesn't go under 0.3. But as you lower that friction, it'll increase the speed of your coaster. And as you decrease or increase the friction, it'll slow down your coaster. I don't know what is or what isn't, reality. You know what I mean? I have no idea. I'm just doing stuff to make fun stuff, right? And I think this works really well. This is as close to a realism as I can get. And like I was saying before, I really wish I was able to use that box track or that I-beam track like the T-Rex track, right? That would have been great. So here we are. We're futzing around now. We're really balancing out, kind of making sure we have like the enough headroom, arm choppers, head choppers, all that fun stuff, and a lot of tweaking. And that was the whole idea. We wanted to make sure that this coaster, as it was running through it, not only did fit the bill, right, but it was also like as close to realism as we can get of it. All right, that was kind of my idea anyway. So here we are. We're looking at the coaster friction, and as you can see here, I moved the coaster friction down to 0.3 on the yellow coaster. It can go all the way up to 2, like I was saying before, and then we can put it down to 1, which is your regular friction for the coaster. We're going to run it at 0.8, and we're going to just test it out to take a look and see how it runs. And again, the whole idea here is to figure out how we can get our synchronizing coasters to reach the end of the track as close to next to each other as possible, right? That's the whole point for me using the friction. And as you can see, the coaster's running extremely slow at 0.8. I think this coaster runs at a 0.4 friction just to make sure that it reaches the end of the track at a reasonable amount of time in comparison or next to the other coaster that it's running next to. And this is something you should play with, in my opinion, when you're creating synchronized coasters, to really give yourself a little bit more of a balanced ride for your two tracks. This is what I used to do in Planet Coaster 1. And again, it's just another simple way to take synchronized coasters to the next level and really have that true like racing and or competing element. Now, there is a difference between a racing coaster and a side-by-side coaster, if you will. Racing coasters, they race at the end of the day, right? Your side-by-side coasters, they really compete with each other, right? So it's a little bit different. I hope I explained that correctly. There's terminologies that you're supposed to use, but I didn't use them. I apologize for that. I do work in the industry, I promise. I've been in the industry for 5 years, trust me. Anyway, but here we are, we're wrapping up, we're getting close to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial / coverage thing that we've done here. I'm going to leave you guys with some really fun glamour shots of the coasters as they run. And thank you so much. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. And until the next one, guys, keep on building. Have a great one. Ciao.